Hello and a warm welcome to Conny Decorates. And of course it's all done with heart. And do you put your heart into it?
With heart, it's Michaela, the camera woman.
Exactly right. It's just starting to rain, but we thought let's go ahead and do a lovely terrace decoration with you all. I've got some artificial flowers here that I was actually planning to throw away. They're really super old and not that pretty anymore, but they actually go well with this very natural decorative element that we've got here on our terrace, along with this light that I absolutely love. And all of it together, this combination, we really like it. Dear friends, if you want to know how this combination works, stay tuned because we're going to show you now. And these are the things we need today for our terrace decoration, but you could also use it really well. I'm actually thinking about maybe putting it in our hallway at the front. We have this really lovely maritime bench there, and it would fit perfectly. This piece of wood, we've had it in the garden for quite a while now. Right, because that's what we're going to decorate today. And I have this light, which I usually keep on the windowsill in our dining room. I think it's really, really beautiful, especially with the glass. It does have a bit of a loose connection, but it works. And maybe we can incorporate it into the decoration here today. Then I also have these birch branches here. I just took them off our homemade window a moment ago. Just now, while I was out with Sophie, I cut these grasses here on the side of our place. Then I also have some small vases. I also have a bit of burlap fabric here, just a little bit. I'd like to include that in the decoration as well. I have some natural twine here and a few flowers from the garden, which I'll cut in a moment. And I'd say let's get started. I forgot the cordless screwdriver. We'll need that today too, because I want to simply insert these 3 branches into the tree trunk. So just take a look at what diameter, what circumference your branch has. Of course, you can also sharpen it nicely afterwards. That means if it's a bit too thick, just shave off a little with a knife and then it'll fit perfectly. I'm going to use the cordless screwdriver now to make a hole for the first branch. Thickest branch fits. I have to laugh for a moment. As I said, I always have to remove the cable tie here. We had fixed the branches to the window, and I actually want to put my lamp on top here. That's why I'm just going to set it up here for now. This is actually really ideal because the branches also help hold the lamp, since the tree stump is pretty crooked or a bit slanted, a bit sloping. But I would also like to, maybe even though I'm not sure if it will fit her, put a vase up here as well. I'll just see if I put it in the back area whether I can fit a small glass here too. That way you could also put some fresh flowers here. So I'm actually leaning towards putting the lamp in the back area now. Here I'll add another branch, and here in the front area as well. And I think for the front area I'll use the slightly sturdier one, and on the side here the smallest one. I'm hanging here between the birch branches, but I really like how it looks. The lamp fits perfectly and it really provides great protection. The lamp can't fall down here, and it's just something different, but unusual and a little crooked. But as I said, it's just something different for a change. Now I'll take the lamp down again and carefully remove my branches here. Then I'll take my grasses. I actually wanted to do that last time already, but I couldn't find the stapler. But this time I've got it again. And that's why today we're going to do it like this. I'll just take the grasses, hold them up to the tree stump here, and staple them to the tree stump. As I said, you can also just secure it with a rubber band like I did last time, and then go over it with a ribbon afterwards. Just make sure that the rubber band has a good thickness, or connect several rubber bands by cutting them open and tying them together with a knot. I've trimmed them a little now. In the front area, I want them a bit shorter so you can really see the light beautifully. And I'll just secure them again quickly. We really like it, don't we, Mika?
Yes.
I have.
The light bill.
Exactly, once the light comes on. Because it's gotten pretty dark right now. I'm going to start sticking my branches in here already. I actually wanted to put the grasses all the way to the front. But I think it's a bit nicer and more charming if you can see the tree stump here, especially with the branching, where there used to be another branch. I actually think that's pretty cool. Also with the branches we're sticking in here now, I think this transition looks really natural. Now, as I said, I'm just going to carefully stick the 3 branches in here. Again, the branches are in. Carefully place my light in there. You can also easily put taper candles or pillar candles in here if you have them. That's also really, really nice, of course. So a bit of natural twine. I think that looks really nice again. Now I'm going to wrap it around here again, roughly in the area where I attached the staples. Of course, you can also use another beautiful ribbon if you have one. And now I'm going to wrap it nicely around here again. Then I'll tie it in place. Just a simple knot. You can also make the ribbon a bit longer if you want, or shorter. And I've pushed the lamp back a little in the front area. Now, I would actually like to, unfortunately, I only have these small vases. I'd like to place them right here in the front area. You can always put a few wildflowers or maybe some small flowers in here. Another thing you can down, I'm going to try that. I'll just go and get them real quick. I have daisies, artificial ones actually. You can also easily tack them onto the outside here. That way you have a few more blossoms here. These are actually pretty old. I honestly don't even remember where I got them at some point in the past, but I really do think they're very cool because they fit this look quite well. So now I'm just going to carefully snip off the blossoms from the stems real quick, just to tidy things up a little bit, just to make sure everything looks nice and neat. And I'll just stick the blossoms in here. This one's a bit too thick. I couldn't staple it on. They're actually pretty battered already, but I think for outdoors it's really cool and it fits this look quite well. So I'll just attach them here now. So considering they were actually supposed to be thrown away, you can still use them wonderfully for outdoor decorating, cutting them up. I think that also fits this natural look. It also looks a bit more natural that way. So we actually like it quite a lot like this. I actually wanted to make a vase here, but now I still have some dried moss. I'm just going to place that right here in front. And I think it looks really cool now with the artificial flowers, the grasses, and that's enough. And then we'll just put it like this, right down here in front of our well. I'll just say in front of our... Oh, all the lights are turning on here. In front of our shelf. Exactly. That's where it goes, right in front. The lights are turning on here too. Maybe you can see that right now. And then it fits and it makes everything look really cozy and homely here. Dear ones, we really hope that with this truly simple decorating idea, using things you can actually find outside, whether by the roadside, in the forest, or wherever we've inspired you. Maybe you also have some old artificial flowers or even new ones. Of course, you can easily incorporate all of that into your decor, or if you have more space on top, just add a pillar candle or place a few vases with fresh summer flowers. That would also be a real highlight, dear one. So we're once again looking forward to decorating with and for you in the coming days. It's getting pretty stormy right now. It's actually supposed to rain soon. So please stay very healthy. Yours, Conny, and...
Yours, Micah, your cameraman.
There he is. See you then. Bye.
Bye.